And we are live, everyone. Let's begin. At the end of our last session, you three practitioners of magic on the continent of Cadlia, where that is not legal, find yourselves finally liberated from the prison that had been the Mage Tower. In the cold, frozen wastes to the south, you've been locked away, forced to learn through a system which was more occupational than functional. You confronted and defeated the headmaster of said school, a blood mage with nefarious designs. You found your exit through spiritual dreams, which transported you to a similarly named Dream Grove, where you now sit amongst the grasses. A great bay creature towering over you. A creature which those who departed the tower with you identify as Lapanur, Fey Wolverine, and an ally. The one which brought you. From this position, what will any of you be doing immediately?
If you look around, so we're outside, which is amazing, but where are we?
Is this the Dreamlands?
Creature will turn towards you to answer that question and say, "You are in the Valley of Rain. This is a safe place. This is a place far from the Virgin Empire. We rest within the mountains, between the frozen wastes and the continent proper. Clans make up the denizens of this place, who long since left the land of law." Speaking of those clans, says the shirtless tiefling who fought with you, I'm gonna go let them know that we're back, just in case they're worrying. Y'all just rest up. And starts jogging off in a hurry. Jillian Gulliver, the woman who you rescued from the Mage Tower, kind of saunters into the water of this pond here and splashes her face with it. Saying, "Oh, I haven't felt water on my face for, well over 300 years. It's almost alien."
I can imagine you
Once again,
need
remain
a shower.
Just say, "I do too." Oh. At this time, the raccoon, which has been cuddling Margie, the other tiefling who met you before, shifts its form, taking on that of a humanoid.
I can do that too, I think.
This man walks over towards the washing of the face at this time. Nothing indecent. Jillian placing a hand around her shoulder, saying, "I will help you to sustain yourself. I can sense the weakness that flows through your body. You have been a crucible of suffering." She'll kind of nod her head. And you'll see that Margie will follow over to observe that. In this time, however, there is a different item of interest to one of you. Bernardo. Upon your exodus from the Mage Tower, you were able to secure your 6th and final Io Stone from the defeated corpse of Headmaster Barrows, as you knew him. You now have all 6 stones. And the voice from your blade speaks. It says, "Bernardo, it's time. Are you ready?"
Ready? What should I be ready for?
to free me from where I am locked away.
Bernardo looks at Rhiannon and Aaron and says, do you think it's a good idea we be letting her out? Seems like
sword.
a force for good, that kind of thing, but
Me, listen.
he's like, oh, I'm just kidding. Let's let her out.
For sword. Also, I wouldn't,
You're
piss off the
perfectly
dog.
okay with the talking sword. You're strange. He
world is
addresses
strange.
Io. Yes, I think it's about time that we bring you back into the realm of the physical.
Then come, she says, produce the stones before you, and see my sanctum of knowledge.
He throws the sixth one up into the air and sees if it starts orbiting his head.
You find that it does, but then all 6 stones in their orbits begin to depart your body, instead swirling nearby you in a circular, vertically aligned form until they shift into the visage of a door of glowing energy. Circling still around this, it is large enough for any of you to step through, and Io will speak to your mind, Bernardo, and say, come, bring any of those who will aid you. There will be challenges ahead.
He looks back. Time for more adventure. You don't have to come, but if you want to, I'm sure it'll be fun. And he begins to step forward into
Not
the
a
portal.
building. Rhiannon slips her shoes back on. Following.
You notice that Bernardo doesn't have shoes on. And I guess I go through.
Stepping through Bernardo, and Rhiannon, and Aaron. Perfect. And so, you find yourselves pulled. This illumination of the door overtakes the whole of your perspective. You feel stretched like a rubber band through light, bright, flying past you, until you are ejected into a space of the dark where you regain perspective.
Well, been blood molecules. Now I've been stretched.
Thumping down onto bookshelves, which are fallen to cradle you, connected by a strange weave through what is mostly otherworldly space. The depth beneath you is unquestionably endless. There is this pinprick of light from which you have come into this space, but otherwise it extends far out in directions besides, at least, to the north of you, where you can see walls amongst the shadow of some kind of a structure. Not far from you, an individual shimmers into shape. Io. Walking carefully over these threads along the bookshelves to offer a hand to you, Bernardo, to help you up.
He'll extend his hand.
She'll say, welcome. Are you and your friends quite settled all right in this strange place?
Well, it certainly needs some decoration, light, and, of course, carpeting, but yes, I'm well, and I assume they are as they're still here.
She'll chuckle.
We've done weird already. This is added to the list.
This is rather tame, actually.
That's true.
For now.
Does remind me of the tentacle place, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Don't remind me of that.
Then when you're ready, let us go. She begins to
Oh.
walk along these bookshelves.
No
So we
time
can-
like the present.
We can walk on these strands.
Yep.
Okay.
It feels scary, but
Yep.
they are able to support you, and you are able to make your way across them. As you're walking, Io will comment upon the fact, you're speaking of some tentacled creature, it is likely you may have seen them in a similar place as to this. A great void, a space between spaces. That
They
tends
came
to be,
out of one.
that tends to be where they hoard themselves. This is no home to such monsters. Different ones. Ones who've locked me here. Bernardo, I told you before of the followers, the goddess Sharna, who seeks to bring darkness and secrets where there should be knowledge and light.
Yeah, I remember that. Thought I just had indigestion.
She'll chuckle. You can see ahead now that these ruined bookshelves and strands of silky string that connect them are now emanating from that large stone structure that which you can see, where a wall has been breached to your north and to your east, where Io now enters this structure.
Looks like you had company.
Are these dead bodies?
They are. And she will say, clerics, servants of Sharna. These are some defeated of those who trapped me here. But watch out. They may find way to rise again. Bernardo, you're going to need to unlock this place. We can begin immediately, or we can take a quick tour. It is of your choice.
Well, I feel alright. Let's start. I haven't picked the locking some time, but I suppose I think I remember how.
You need pick no lock, for you have the keys. My stones.
That's no fun.
This pedestal before you. Place one of them upon it.
He'll put one on.
As you do, the stone magnetizes to rest atop that pedestal, emanating pinkish glow that illuminates the space. As it does so, you all feel, you don't hear it, but you feel the sensation of celestial gears clicking, turning, changing form and position. And with that, you can hear the sounds of writhing from the two corpses before you as they slowly begin to rise and awaken. Aya will step back and say, I cannot aid you in this fight. Do best as you can.
Bernardo would just reach and take the stone back off the pedestal.
All right.
Can't leave a good stone behind.
As you reach
And did
for
they
it, it
Yeah.
finds itself locked into position.
Well, I don't think that I'm ready to give up my stones. They've been
As you muse upon that detail, Aya will say, Bernardo, worry not. The power which I can bring unto you, once this place is unlocked, is twice that of what you feel now. So, everyone, please, initiative, as these corpses of clerics rise to assail you. Just need you, Gina. Let's get that in chat. There we go.
Oh, ignore the advantage.
All right.
Okay.
Rhiannon, you act first as these undead figures rise, pulling metallic mauls into their hands, preparing to fight. What are you going to do?
You know you're supposed to stay dead. Okay, hold on. I need to make sure I'm gonna hit Bernardo if I do that. I will firebolt the one next to Bernardo.
Fantastic. 25 will hit. 14 points of fire damage. The creature gives a inhuman gasp.
And then I'm gonna scoot over. Yeah.
Fantastic. Aaron, you act next. What are you going to do? Gina, what you got?
Alrighty. Let's do a little scorching ray, and we're gonna twin spell it and send one at each.
Okie dokie. I like that. So those are going to be 3 rolls on each then. So go ahead and +4. Is it only +4 for your Scorching Ray?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Should be your attack bonus should be if your charisma's a 20, then it should be +9.
So we'll say those have a +5 on top of them. Nonetheless, those are going to be...
That might be because it's a custom one, because we did it as like an
Sure.
add-on. I gotta
Okie
fix
dokie.
that.
No worries.
Oh, she rolled 4 6s.
I know, this is wild. But don't forget that you get 3 bolts with each Scorching Ray, so that should be 4 more bolts. So these are going to be the bolts for number 1. So that is a miss nonetheless.
Holy.
And a hit for the 16. And then we have it's another +5 on top of it, so 15 will not hit. And so then attacks on the next one. We're going to need 2 more rays, Gina. And that is a crit for 17, a miss, and a hit for 11. Good work. One of them is bloodied, and the clerics are up. This cleric next to you, Bernardo, is going to give you a and swing out their maul towards you twice. A 25 to hit, and a 15 to hit.
The 15 misses. The
But
25, as it hits me.
uh-huh.
Fixed it. I didn't have proficient checked. That's what it was.
Perfect.
That cleric of Sharna just begins to be encased in ice as it takes 25 points of damage from Armor of Agatha.
Oh, okie dokie. Still standing and able to make the second attack, which it is going to employ a guided strike on, meaning it's going to hit. With a 25 as well.
Another 25 points of damage to you. So
Really?
40 total. Yes.
Oh,
It
because-
does full damage as long as I have the 10 hit points.
Oh, okay. And you've got I see them. They're marked here as
So
the
how many
25
am I
points.
taking total?
So you're taking 7 + 5, so you're taking 12 on the first attack and 15 on the second.
Okay.
This cleric is going to advance up to here and unleash its attacks against Aaron. Aaron, that's 22 to hit you for 17. And then the second attack is 18 for 10. That is their turn.
So it took 50 points of damage?
It did not. I didn't account for the second burst, as it is frozen and its body begins to completely fall apart. But more importantly, you can sense its soul withering with a That one is defeated.
Bernardo being fully irritated at the loss of his protective magics, he will strike out at the second one with... Here's my rebuttal to your nonsense.
Hey! 14, 13. well and truly bloodied, but still standing.
Which is exactly what it did to me.
Alrighty. Rhiannon, you're back again at the top, unless you got anything else, Bernardo?
I'll just move over.
Alrighty. So it looks like we're in need of some things. I'm going to. Good. Can I scoot by to get to here between Bernardo and?
Yes, you're moving through friendlies. You can absolutely do so.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm gonna do a WWE move and throw her over your shoulder into the void.
No, I was just gonna
I approve.
poke Erin and do a level 2 cure wounds on her.
Fabulous. That makes sense now.
Okay, so 13, get 13 back. And then I'm gonna. And that's it for me.
Aaron, you're up again. Your last opponent is right up in your face. What you got?
Gonna do a little shocking grasp.
Perfect. She's not doing too well, and that will do it as electricity runs through her reanimated corpse. She gives a wail and falls into the manner in which the other did. And with that, we are out of combat.
Are these things gonna stay dead this time?
Io will examine them, stepping forward and nod and say, "Yes, you've just defeated what remained of their spirits. They won't rise again."
Okay.
Well, Ma did always tell me to take the trash out, so he'll drag one over and toss it overboard.
Into the void, it flies away.
This will also give us an idea of if there's a bottom, which I'm assuming there's not. Okay.
So, my stones are powered by soul energy? Is that what I'm taking away from this?
Not at all, I will say. Your stones are the tomes of this place's power, conglomerations of pure knowledge. As she gestures to the bookshelves which line this room which you've been standing in, they rise high. It is a tall-ceilinged room with a chandelier far above. He says, "This is the home where as much knowledge as can ever be wanted, and too much knowledge to ever know." Follow
At
me if
that,
you would.
Bernardo looks at Aaron and says, "See, I am smart." He kind of like, and then
One
follows.
instance does
Io.
not make you smart. Just makes
just-
you lucky.
Poke Erin again and give her a level 1 cure wounds. That's 6 for you. Erin.
Yep.
And yes, I'm literally just poking you and giving you
Poke.
and healing you. Just poke. Poke.
As you enter this space, you hear a noise from the chamber ahead of you, and you see the shape of a mechanized creature, which was kneeling, but then stands with a chunk, chunk, and then sort of turns its head, looking from left to right, and begins to march off in a direction out of the line of sight. To which Io will say, "The librarian. So corrupted has this place's purpose been that even it will turn against my chosen guests. You have some choice in when to engage it. It will be weaker in some ways, stronger in others, the sooner or later you face it." And so the way that will translate to mechanics, as I will describe with brevity for you, is when you battle this thing, the amount of IO stones which have been placed into their locked or unlocking positions, the creature will have less of what IO will refer to as adaptive resistance, but will be more honed and able to strike.
Can you explain this adaptive resistance, please?
Yes. The creature is designed to react to kinds of damage which it will take. Elements, blades. After suffering a strike, the next time it is struck, it will resist that same form of damage. Those will roll over as different kinds of resistance afflict it. At full power, I believe it is 6 charges of resistance it has. Now, with 1 stone in place, it is 5.
He'll look back at the ladies and ask, I have many different types. Do you all? Many ways of inflicting damage.
I do. However, if I'm understanding this correctly, the less ability to resist it has, the harder it's going to hit us.
Is that correct, Io?
The more accurately it will strike you. Its fists are as heavy as they are.
Okay, so it's more, right now, it's harder for us to hit it. But as we whittle that down, it'll be easier for it to hit us.
That's right. As you hear the as it patrols past the same path once again.
Maybe we just have 3 unlocked, and then we're sitting in a nice little happy medium.
A balanced encounter. Bernardo looks at this square ahead of him. Is this one of those pedestals?
It is indeed.
He'll go ahead and put the stone on and lock it in.
As you're doing so, Io says, ready yourselves. Whenever one of these is unlocked, things might seek to awake.
He'll cast Armor of Agathis again.
All right. You're stepping forward and placing it in?
Yep.
All right. Once again, its glow emanates within the chamber, as now you hear shifting and shuffling within the bookshelves. It's almost as if pages on books are being thrown open, glittering about, and images are taking form from within the pages. A different kind of warden, so it seems. These wardens, which you now face, rumble and groan as they emerge from their places in the bookshelves.
No!
Large,
Yes!
ugly creatures force their way from the pages of the books within which they are entombed. Roll initiative.
Daddy's home.
And of course, this is when I roll crap initiative. Wow, we're awesome.
I know, I've had an 8
We're
and a 9.
so good at this.
7!
Oh, okay. They're also equally as good as we are, which is to say, not.
Bernardo, you act first.
All
Are
right.
actually those. No.
Bernardo is going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So it's a 30-foot sphere. He's going to block off, let's see, like over here to get both of them. I'm
Okay,
sure.
this will afflict both of them, and they need to make Constitution saves to take radiant damage.
Yes. DC 22.
Ah! All right, let's see the damage.
So
19?
it's 19.
Okay.
And let's see. They only take it when they move into the area or the first time on the turn they start there.
Okay, so it'll on their turn.
And it suffers 1 level of exhaustion and emits a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius.
Ooh, that exhaustion may actually come into play. Interesting. Alrighty.
So it's a persistent concentration.
Sounds good. That's Bernardo's turn. Rhiannon, unless you have any movement you want to take, Bernardo, or any bonus actions or anything of the like.
Gonna move back down.
So the Sickening Radiance persists. Is this something that we should leave drawn out here?
Yes, because I can move it, I believe.
Here's this.
All right. I think it's just time for all reliable. And I just start making swirling clouds appear up above us as I cast Call Lightning.
Fantastic.
And we'll start with...
The outdoor restriction on that spell is dumb. You can cast it.
Well, no. The outdoor restriction just means it does less damage when I'm indoors. That's all. It just does more damage if it's raining out. And we'll start with this one.
All right.
We'll...
Dex save from the Grimple.
What a dick.
He saves 11 points. And as he does, he gives a in your direction.
And I just go get back.
Not a good idea.
I know. And then I'm gonna
Io will juke back
the hall.
as well. And the library Grimples are going to take their turn. So these two, which start here, will take their damage. And this one will rush forwards towards you, Bernardo. This one will move over to here. And this one rushes towards you, Aaron. And this one will as well. So, here is the fun that you have to contend with. First and foremost, we have the roiling of the gut of the creature as it exhales a little bit of terrible scented gas from its mouth before it pukes upon you. So that is going to be a cone, which is going to affect Bernardo and Aaron here. And these Grimples are not going to care about any more puke covering them. But please make the Constitution saving throw as is designated.
Is that the puking that was in the Sickening Radiance?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a con saving throw, and then I'm going to do something as a reaction.
Okay. Success, you only take half of the 13 acid. So that's going to be 6 points of acid to each of you. And then this one right here is going to exhale its puking on just you there, Aaron. So you need to make me another con saving throw as you now have 2 Grimples worth. And it's another 6 points of acid. 2 Grimples worth of regurgitated mucus upon you. Your clothes stink. Now, the Grimples that remain, this one, which is going to have disadvantage on this check because of Sickening Radiance, is going to make a grapple check against Aaron, and the other one is going to make a straight grapple check against Bernardo. And as that occurs, I'm going to need an athletics or an acrobatics from each of you to resist that grapple. Very nice. That's a resist from Aaron. And Bernardo fails. There is a puff of smoke as the Grimple grapples onto Bernardo. And emerging from the bookshelves down the hallway is Bernardo and the Grimple as he tumbles out of the space. Aaron, you're up.
Is a grapple considered a melee attack?
It's a contested skill check, so I don't believe so. This one,
okay.
I don't believe it. No, it should not trigger your armor.
And also Hellish Rebuke.
Nice.
But he didn't damage me. He did. The other one damaged me, which was
Right.
what my reaction was going to be.
Okay, do you want to take
So-
your reaction against this guy then?
Yes, please.
Excellent. What is that?
Hellish Rebuke.
Let's see it. Dexterity save. DC no fucking way. Hey!
So he'll take 35 damage.
This Grimple gives a as his horrific stomach contents are incinerated. Though,
Good.
interestingly, as his body falls apart, he transforms into crumpled and shredded paper, parchment from the books from whence it came. Aaron, what you got?
Alright, I'm gonna take the opportunity attacks and I'm gonna move.
Okay. They're gonna swing out at you with claws. 12 and 10.
Thank you.
And now we're gonna do a little shatter.
Mm-hmm. Let's see it. Fail, 15 points to each, which will bloody the one whom is sickened. Let me mark him with that as well as... That one's dead, okay. 15 points to each. And that one's bloodied as well. Alrighty. Very good. Anything else?
That's it.
Bernardo, your foe has transplanted you.
Being thoroughly irritated, he just beats him about the face with my rapier.
Fantastic. Bunk. Bunk. 15.
That'll be 33 points of damage.
He is bloodied.
Ah, take that, you fiend! You
It'll
and
give
your
a-
vomit disgust me.
In response. Alrighty. Rhiannon, you're up.
Calling lightning right there, so both of them will have to save.
12. 20
20
points.
to each.
Zap and Zap will finish both of them off as they stumble to the ground and shake apart into piles of parchment.
Then I'm just gonna move into the room again. And I'm done.
All right, Bernardo, your turn to make the saving throw as this one has not yet used its regurgitative abilities. Constitution. It's only 6 points of acid as the creature retches itself upon you. Aaron is next. Would you like to aid Bernardo from afar?
Yeah, if I can. Oh wait, yeah I can. Spell Sniper.
Mm-hmm. All right, 16 hits for 9, and 20 hits for 1. The creature is still standing, if only barely. Anything else?
That's it.
Bernardo, can
I
you
will-
finish?
Put this creature out of its misery.
Your second strike need not even connect as it cuts through the floating paper that remains as the creature falls into nothing as it is destroyed.
He's standing there kind of shaking his clothes off, going, "This is just unnecessarily disgusting. Io, a towel, please."
Come over here.
As he begins walking back,
I-
squish, 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 squish.
I keep him at 30 feet away and cast, 10 feet away and cast Prestidigitation
And
on
as
both him and Aaron, and just
you do
you're
so,
gross.
the bile transmutes itself into shreds of paper, almost some of it to like a sawdust level of consistency that slowly kind of puffs out of your clothing. So say, yes, it is at the end of the day all books.
Those are really gross books, and I hate them.
they're definitely not for children.
Not the favorite of my collection, but they do repulse unwanted intruders.
I think they repulse everybody.
You're sending very mixed messages here.
I didn't design this place to be turned against me. Peeking around
Up
the corner,
ahead, isn't this where the patrolling thing was?
it is part of that patrol route. She will say, all right, there are 2 rooms, one to the left, one to the right, and a slot in this room. I will attempt to distract it if you wish to forestall your encounter with the creature.
This would be 3.
Yeah, I think
in this one.
that's... I'll rush in and
Remember
plant
the
it.
last few times we've had something attack us the minute you put it in there. Just saying.
Yes.
So it might not be the librarian.
So you want to wait outside, and I'll run
No,
back?
no. I'm just saying the minute you put it in, we're going to fight something other than the librarian, and then the librarian.
We'll have to watch his patrol.
I
route,
will
make
turn
sure
and say,
he's-
this lock is connected to the librarian. It shouldn't awaken anything else.
Oh, okay. Well, then that should actually work.
Well, are we ready, folks? It's almost lunchtime.
Okay. I still have the
Call lightning.
Call lightning swirling. It can run for 10 minutes. So,
Very good.
and it's 100-foot ridiculousness.
100 feet.
Oh wait, 60-foot radius. I'm sorry. So I'd have to recast it to have it anywhere specified. I think
All right.
there, so 60 feet from the center. Actually, it might still hit the room.
You hear the
Yeah.
kshonk, kshonk, kshonk of the librarian returning to this position.
I'll move back around the corner, wait till he leaves on his patrol, because we don't want him to start right on top of us.
Yeah, so we'll just scoot behind
See
the book.
it pass. Shonk, shonk, shonk. And down the other hallway.
Doo-doo-doo. He's going to very stealthily, sneakily pull out his stone and run up and plant it on the surface, locking it in place.
As you do so, the glow emanates, and you can hear the kshonk, kshonk stop for a moment before kshonk, 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 kshonk. You hear the sounds of metal moving much more quickly and turning
And he
down this
starts
hallway.
running back.
This creature will make its way back into the room, and as it does so, please roll for me initiative.
I am the greatest slow person today.
Dick Henry, just a heads up, I would have summoned the call lightning in the middle of that previous room, so it's 60 feet in diameter, so it goes all the way to the next one.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. And here, Paul, you were worried you wouldn't have melee attacks thrown against you. Serves you
Blah,
right.
blah, blah, blah.
Here they come.
Good. Kill yourself upon my frozen...
Aaron,
Something.
you are up first. What you got, Gina?
Alrighty.
As rushing into the central room is this guardian figure.
Alright. We're gonna do immolation.
Okay, let's see it. Dexterity save for the creature. It succeeds on a 19 roll. So it's going to take half of... so is that 86 plus the 46?
Oh no, hang on, let me put the description in.
Takes 86 in a failed save. And then It takes more damage at the end of each of its turns after a repeated saving throw. Oh. So 26 points of fire damage. And it is going to adapt to fire damage. And it will take more damage at the end of its turn as well. So on this turn. Where's the spell's duration? Is there any So it's another dex save right now. And then ends the ability on a successful save. Which that is another 18. So it's going to end that ability. All right. That's your turn then, Aaron. Rhiannon, you're up.
So he is resistant to fire, but good thing lightning isn't fire.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna call lightning right in front of him.
Alrighty. That con save, right?
Dex.
Thank you. 1. Full 25 points of lightning damage. And gains resistance to lightning damage.
And then, because I still have a bonus action, we're going to summon the Hawk Spirit.
Okay.
Right here. That way attacks against it have advantage.
Cool. Alrighty. Let's get just a little weapon. You want it here?
No, right here. This
Cool.
way.
The librarian is now going to move.
That's fine.
So it is going to rush up to this position, directly in front of you, Aaron and Bernardo, and it's going to swing out each of its great metallic fists, one towards each of you with its slam attacks. Against Aaron, 32 to hit for 28. Against Bernardo,
Oh my god.
28 to hit for 31.
Okay. It will hit. It will also take 25 points of cold damage.
25 points of cold damage coming right its way, and it gains resistance to cold with its adaptations. It is now...
It's still in the aura, by the way, so there's still advantage where it is. It's a 30
Excellent.
radius.
Excellent.
Hold on, let us take the damage. I can't do math that fast.
It is now at maximum adaptation,
Okay.
meaning as it takes subsequent damage, it will shed former resistances which it had. Once the damage is taken, Bernardo, the turn is yours.
I don't think I like that very much. So Bernardo is just scheming in his mind very quickly. What will he do? What will he do? He is going to take one hand off of his blade and whisper the incantation, Ashkash, Frigash, as he curses it with X-Blade's curse.
Excellent.
So crits on 19.
Very
And then
good.
he is going to attack it
With advantage.
with advantage.
Thank you, Hawk.
It's got to be my reaction to give advantage, but there you go. There's my reaction.
There's a reaction. Okay. As
It's my reaction.
rebuttal springs into action, slicing and dicing.
Takes 17 points.
That last one's a crit.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Roll your damage dice again for me. Should be a D8. So 17 points. It will then adapt. So that's going to be a 1 on the damage dice. So it's 15 halved. So it takes 7 as it now has resistance to slashing damage.
So it was 17 plus 7.
That's correct.
No, because it was the second one was a crit, so in total that crit damage is...
No, so the crit is just a reroll of the damage dice. So that the second roll there, 12 isn't applicable.
It's just a 1 on the dice, but that's all my bonuses from
Right.
damage.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yep.
Because
All
my
right.
blazing personality.
Ah.
Okay, so that was a bonus action. That was an action. And as a free action, he taunts it and mocks it and calls its mother a trash can.
It is immune to mocking, unfortunately. Aaron, you're up.
Alright, we're gonna Misty Step out of there.
But it's now no longer resistant to fire because it dropped that one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright then. Fireball.
Okay.
Behind it.
Perfecto.
Good,
Dex
this is
save.
perfect.
That's not gonna save.
Dex 0.
All right. It is going to take those, and it is bloodied at this point. It is going to take on top of that bloodied the 28 damage. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Which means I didn't account for on the last one your affinity of +4. So I'm going to do another 4 to it right now. All right. It gets blasted with the fire damage. It is now resistant to fire damage again. And sheds its
Longer
lightning
resistance
resistance.
to lightning. Yes!
Alrighty. With a blast and a boom, which echoes out from behind the Guardian. Rhiannon, you're up.
I'm gonna summon lightning right behind it.
Perfect.
We're using its adaptive resilience to our advantage.
That is how she rolls. It is going to crit on the save, however, only taking
Butthead.
11 points of lightning damage.
Well, then I'm gonna back up.
Gaining lightning
Pout
resistance and shedding its cold resistance.
It's probably resistant to pouting too, which is unfortunate.
It is vulnerable to pouting, but only from certain parties, of which you are unfortunately not counted. The librarian is up. It is going to swing out with its slam attack. Bernardo, 20 to hit for 32. And then another one, 23.
So 55.
In 2 hits, yes.
Holy! Wait.
I'm gonna shield the second one and that'll miss. Sweet.
You can
Attack 20.
you can shield both. That's how shield works.
If you shield the first one, you've blocked them both.
Okay, yeah. Neither of them hit me.
Bingo! We love to see it. Yeah, those are 6s on the die. Very good. All right. As those fists slam into a projection of energy, Bernardo, you're up.
Thinking that this thing is very much stronger than him, he just being extremely kind of like Zen in the zone. He just holds out one hand as he releases his blade from his two-handed grip and just thinks back to all of the misery that was inflicted in that tower as he casts innervation onto this creature. So you, sir, will have to do
Dex
a
save.
dex saving throw.
Okay, it has to crit. It doesn't crit. Alrighty, full 21 points of necrotic damage, and it loses
Now,
its
that is an
resistance.
ongoing spell, which I can keep doing as long as I don't take another action. Now, here's
Okay.
what I need from you. It says the target. Okay, on a failed save, blah, blah, you can use your action on each of your turns. Spell ends if you use your action. Can I take bonus actions?
Doesn't say bonus actions. Yes, you can.
All right. I don't have any bonus actions, but
In theory.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, Misty Step, I guess I could.
And
If you were to cast something, a leveled spell.
it loses its resistance to slashing damage and gains necrotic damage resistance. Which brings us to Gina, your turn. What has Aaron got for the creature?
Let's send some Eldritch Blast at it.
Nice. Force. Good angle. 26 will hit for 2. 10 will miss. It will shed its fire resistance in favor of force damage, which I believe will bring us to Rhiannon.
Okay. A 15-foot cube around me would be like 15 feet out in front, 15 feet in all direction from me, correct?
Something like that. Or, no, I think it might be just adjacent with you. Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause if a 15-foot cube centered on you, then that's just going to get what's adjacent to you.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Okay. I like that.
I know you do. I'm gonna get behind it so that I will not hit Bernardo when I do this. And I'm going to smack my hands together and cast a level 2 Thunder Wave.
Nice.
Because
Oh yeah, you can. So the thunder wave is weird. You can like do a square out that's like in front of you, or like that is you're partially in.
instead of 15-foot cube, so I figured I'd just get behind it.
Thunder wave is weird.
I just, like I said, I got behind it. That way I won't hit anybody. Well, butts.
It does succeed in the saving throw. It will
Okay.
shed its lightning resistance in favor of thunder resistance, and it is on its last legs, but it's up.
Can I, just point of clarification, Enervation also gives me back half of the damage dealt in hit points.
Beautiful.
So I added 10.
Fantastic. All right, the librarian's up. Get ready to lose some hit points. Slam attack against Rhiannon. Miss.
Ow.
Slam attack against Bernardo. 25.
That'll hit.
For 33 points, which brings us to Bernardo.
Not liking this very much. Bernardo, he will just continue the Enervation spell as he continues to drain the life force of this creature.
Let's see the damage.
Again. Yeah. For some reason I closed my character sheet.
No. So it's going to take 4d8 automatically, which is going to be reduced by resistance to 12. It's a good thing it only has 6 hit points remaining. And so as it is afflicted with that damage, this construct thuds to the ground. Boom, boom. Defeated, and we are out of combat.
Over, poke Bernardo, give him a level 4 cure wounds.
Okay, me.
Fine, I won't poke you.
Thank you. Thank you. What is the AP? It's armor piercing cure wounds? That's
Oh,
cool.
always prepared. Because I couldn't remember what we had always prepared, so.
I liked armor piercing better. Okay.
It is. It's piercing your armor with healing.
As the creature crumples to the ground, it retains its metallic form, and Io will place a hand on it and say, "Oh, we'll have to fix you, my lovely. We'll have much work to do once this place is finally unlocked, Bernardo."
You mean there's more?
There's so
Just look at
much.
the stones.
There's always more.
Yeah.
You seem to have a lot of enemies.
Unfortunately.
Bernardo looks around at Aaron and Rhiannon and says, do you guys fancy a lunch? I need an hour. I need to digest. They say don't swim for an hour after you eat.
That would be helpful for all of us, honestly, because,
I might need a bath.
Well, okay, once again, prestidigitation.
If you would
So
like,
are-
short rest.
Io
sounds
will
good.
say, "Well, I've waited this long, I can wait a little longer. Take as much time as you need to be ready for what's ahead." She'll just have a seat on the ground, crossing her legs. Why don't you all take that
Spirit
short
totem's
rest?
back. Spirit totem's back. Okay, everybody is within 10 of full, so that's fine.
Very good. Roll those hit dice, get those warlock slots back.
How did you know?
It's almost like I know the game.
Warlocks. I did one thing. I need to take a nap.
It's lunchtime. Excuse me. He didn't mention magic at all. He said it's lunchtime. He's a halfling.
Listen, those shatters don't come out of nowhere.
These things don't break themselves, you know. He also gets his curse back.
Then there's me with spell slots upon spell slots upon spell slots.
Love
Oh,
that.
And
That's
then
right.
more with sorcery points.
We totally forgot that he had to roll a d4 to even hit me. He was the target of the 50% mischance from my Armor of Hexes. 10th level feature that we just discussed and promptly forgot about.
Indeed. Nonetheless, it's only a few hit dice off your back, and you're doing okay.
Yes. Okay.
For the sake of...
Wizards and sorcerers do get a lot of spell slots.
Yeah, but we don't get we can't get anything back till a long rest. So
Long rest.
I mean, that makes sense. It's fair.
yeah,
Warlocks don't get crap.
they get Eldritch Blast. It's fine.
And 2 spell slots, but they were punished on a short rest till, like, I forget what level you get a third one.
It's like 12 or something. This warlock is OP as hell.
As you conclude your short rest, Io has paced to the front of this chamber, looking at a set of large metal doors which close off a room that is ahead. Just gazing forward towards those doors. She'll turn
Trying to
and say,
open.
all right. Left or right? To the west of this chamber, if cardinal directions were such a thing in this void of space, is the zoology section. And to the east is the history section. What we encounter may be aligned with what is within.
Would the zoology
Take your
section have
choice.
anything as? Would the zoology section have anything as gross as what was in that last room?
I hope not.
Let's go see Honey Badger.
I can be one of those.
You have to stop caring.
Then lead on.
Okay.
Oh, what do you do with the drunken sailor?
That's
Bernardo
not
is
west.
approaching the locked door.
Bernardo, that's not west. I
Whoa.
just point. I just point in the
sorry.
direction.
I was thinking about the drunken sailor.
I just look back at Io. Are you sure?
I am.
But then he
Said-
claims he's smart.
I've left a bit of my stones behind. It's an adapting. You know, you have to get used to not having your stones.
Oddly enough, I am still me without rocks, but okay.
Rhiannon, I'll race you. You could see that he's acting more like a child.
Rhiannon just takes like 3 steps and is ahead of him.
No fair.
You're
So,
racing.
what does she see?
Oh, what else?
As you enter this next room, you see more bookshelves littered with all manner of tomes and all manner of languages. Titles do pop out at you. They seem intriguing. But yet, there are so many of them that it's almost as if none remain in your mind, but all entice you. It is the invitation of endless learning, endless things to know, endless advantages to have. But again, they are in such multitude that they are unnavigatable by your mortal minds. Ahead is another pedestal.
Rhiannon, could you press the digitate these things back onto the shelves? This clutter is just kind of, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
Prestidigitation works.
Press
You learned it too.
It
You were
cleans
there.
things. It doesn't put things back.
What
It can
these are
sort.
for?
It cleans. It doesn't
He'll
organize.
go up and he shakes his head and says, "Clean and organize are the same."
No,
and
they're
he
not.
sticks another
I
stone
just
down.
look back at Aaron. We were in the same class, right?
Yes. Cleaning is when you physically clean something. Organizing is when you put it back in a spot.
What a
Physically.
strange viewpoint to have. Huh. He locks
Alright.
the stone in place.
As Bernardo does so, will you two maintain the positions you presently are at?
I actually want to be right here, so I have kind of a bit of a line of sight to that hallway.
Okay.
Just in case.
As Bernardo does so, creatures begin to emerge from the books, forcing their way out. Creatures of great scale. One armored as if a monster from the depths. Another shimmering with coppered scales and great wings. Please roll initiative.
I don't think I want to. I want to go home.
You are rolling against 19. Aaron, you have, I believe, higher dex. Yes. Bernardo, you will act first against what creatures which may be recognized as a predator of the dark beneath and a dragon of olden days. What will you do?
Bernardo's gonna look at the dragon and say, "Nope, not today," as he casts banishment.
Banishment! And that is a charisma saving throw. 17 against your DC of
22.
Nice.
Whoop. Alrighty.
He'll be back later, but perhaps we can talk to it. And
I can try.
he'll just move back to here. That's his turn.
Aaron, you're up.
Alrighty. Let's throw a little shatter over at that thing.
Excellent. Let's see it. Shatter is bonus damage against just constructs. Inorganic material. No, this is organic material. Con save. Fail. 23 points of thunder damage to this bullet. Very good. Anything else? Any movement, Aaron, or are you staying right there?
I'm gonna move.
Okay. The bullet is going to steady its position and then sort of scrape its back legs against the ground before it ba-dump, rushes into a leap and is going to jump into the air and crash down upon Bernardo and Rhiannon. And I need strength or dexterity saving throw from each of you. 25 total damage on a failure. 12 to Rhiannon, and
Not advantage. So 6.
so 25 points to Bernardo.
And it will take 25 points of cold damage in return.
Wunderbar. Creature is it's around bloodied. Rhiannon, you're up. It's just barely bloody.
Crap. You know what? I'm gonna try to do Thunder Wave to not hit Bernardo, but hit it.
You can do that?
If I can do that, good. I'm gonna do that.
Constitution saving throw. Failure. 10 points of thunder damage. And it is a push on creatures.
Probably not that one. Really?
All right, and it doesn't say anything about size.
Okay, well then, yeah, I want it 10 feet.
Boop. As with a boom of thunder, this creature is blasted back from standing atop the two of you. And Bernardo acts.
Okay. Can I actually wanted to swing down the hallway? Because
Absolutely.
that
As you move down the hallway, you can see another identical, almost locked metal door as to the one from the hallway you saw from the main chamber.
Okay, multiple entries. Cool.
Bernardo, what have you?
Bernardo is gonna stand up, just enraged at the indignity of it all, being sat on by this creature. Summons his blade to his hand and stabs it repeatedly in its shanks.
Mm-hmm. 25 hits, 18 hits, 15 points, 13 points. The creature is on its last legs. Aaron, can you finish it?
Oh, yeah.
You can hit it, and you can deal 7 points of damage, and it is still alive.
Does
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. That's force damage. I was gonna say the one. Don't you reroll ones?
Yeah,
But that's for fire.
the bullet is up, and is going to bite out towards Bernardo with an 8 to hit. That's not going to hit.
Don't like you.
Rhiannon, you're up.
Uh,
And you seal the deal.
yes, hopefully. Just walk up. Actually, no, I don't walk up. I'm no. Back up. I'm just gonna shoot a firebolt at it. What am I doing?
Blast. A miss. Bernardo.
I'm gonna like hide in the hallway like I don't exist.
With a sigh. They're just kind of like irritatedly stabs it in its eyeball.
And that will do it. As the creature dies, it explodes into a shattering of torn paper. It is defeated.
There's a sale at Macy's.
Io will say, "The Dragon Guardian will not rest long. Prepare yourselves."
Point of order. Is it from this plane?
It is, in the sense that it is a conjuration of the books which are of this plane.
All right.
Well, but
If it was not native to this plane, it wouldn't be coming back.
As we experienced on Thursday with several fiends. So, you have the ability to prepare. You can take a full prepared round, as Bernardo can tell you exactly when the creature is coming in. Please do so.
I'm just gonna put the armor back at this back on.
Okay? Put yourselves in the positions you wish to be for when the creature reappears right here.
right over there.
Yep.
How high are the ceilings?
Very high. At least 30
Okay.
feet.
I'm gonna stand right next to Io.
She'll smile and kind of nudge her shoulder against yours, having to crouch down a bit, but like, here we go.
Well,
And
can we talk to this thing?
She'll say, "Oh no, no words. This creature's just set to destroy intruders."
can I prepare a 5th level shatter?
Yes, please. And Rhiannon, what are you preparing?
Level 2 Earthbind.
Okay, and
So I asked
Bernardo?
what all the ceilings were.
Where was it again? Here?
Yes,
Like, is it gonna appear right in front of him?
correct. Yeah, it's centered on this.
Okay, well, he's gonna stand where he thinks it's gonna be and prepare to stab it.
Beautiful. So, on your initiative, is that when the spell ends?
Yeah, it's whenever I drop it, so it would be my turn.
Okay, so at the start of the round, the creature reappears. Take your prepared actions, everyone. On save is a success against the Thunderwave, takes 14. The Earthbind is a strength saving throw, which is succeeds. And Rebuttal will strike for 13 points. Bernardo, you are up at the top of the round. What you got?
He sighs and just begins to tear the thing apart, piece by piece.
Hit.
So-
Hit. Creature is bloodied. Aaron, you're up.
35 points.
Alrighty. I'm gonna send a chromatic orb at it, and it's gonna be thunder damage.
Perfecto. See that attack roll. 20 hits for 26 points. As this conjured dragon gives a hurrah out in response. And its turn finally comes. And it is going to focus its efforts on those which it can simultaneously strike. Or not. This is not a cone, this is a line. And who's done the most damage? Well,
Me.
it's good old Bernie Byrne. So you will be the recipient of the line of acid breath that comes towards you. Please make for me a dexterity saving throw against 40 acid damage.
But of course.
17. Succeeding, taking only 20. Rhiannon, you're up.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo, boop, boop, boop. And oldie but a goodie. Thunderwave.
Bam. 17
Back my hands together.
on the con. Fail, 13 points. And the creature is
Right.
shoved as Io makes a movement to dodge out of its way.
Sorry, I wanted to actually move back to where I was, but I just lost.
Perfect.
my mouse.
Bernardo, strike away the creature.
Playing hopscotch with its tail as it lashes back and forth, he slams his blade down in a none too dignified manner.
Hit, and the last hit will finish off the creature as your strike finds the neck of this dragon and it spills out shreds of paper into your face. Pop, pop, pop. Some of them flying into your mouth. But as it falls, we are out of our initiative.
Now, this is just getting repetitive at this point, Io. You seem to come across as a little paranoid. You
When you,
expected this many intruders.
When you are guarding against infinite knowledge, which could be perused and exploited by those with ill intent, one cannot be too cautious. There's but one more stone to place, shall we?
I suppose the zoology.
This was zoology.
What?
Was
That's not history. I mean, I guess technically there's history, but those were creatures. Like,
Pray tell, Rhiannon, what would historic creatures be? Dinosaurs?
I mean, yes.
Well, then I'll let you take care of it. That's your forte.
Probably just going to turn into something in this next fight.
Turn
just
into a
fine.
dinosaur?
I don't know how to turn into a dinosaur. I have to have seen the creature.
You can turn into a crocodile, right? That's a dinosaur.
Technically, yes.
technically yes, she can turn into a crocodile.
Crocodiles are dinosaurs. They haven't evolved.
I would say a chicken is closer, but
Chicken? Is that why everything tastes like chicken?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, in this next room is yet another pedestal upon which stone might be placed. The second to last of your stones.
Bernardo turns around and gives some imperious speech about the success of the group and, working well together, and he appreciates everyone for their efforts. Yada yada, and click.
And once again, you can feel within yourselves that celestial churning, that turning of unseen gears, as the barriers which seal Io within this place begin to finally come unclasped. And as you do, you can see the shifting of the bookshelves here, as from them step two to you familiar historical figures.
Napoleon?
Faces of the first Virgin Emperor and his foe, a blood mage with whom you are all acquainted. Here, Jastor draws his sword, and Taroom weaves his hands, drawing his own blood. Roll initiative. Once more. We are up against a 10 from your foes. Alrighty, and Bernardo, you have what to dex? That is plus 2. Roll me a d20. Contested roll. $17. Bernardo acts ahead of your foes. Aaron, you act first. What will you do?
Oh boy. You know what, let's do that scorching ray thing again and split it between them.
Perfect. Roll it out. 6 rolls. On the Emperor, that is 24 for 13. Miss, 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 and then 2 hits for 18 on the Mage. Rhiannon, you're up.
We're going to summon my bear spirit.
Got a whole arc worth of combat to catch up for.
Yeah.
Bear
So
spirit.
it's got a 30-foot radius, so it's just gonna hang out right here-ish. There's fine with it. And everybody have 15 temp hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm going to leap forward and transform into a direwolf in front of Taroom.
Beautiful. All right, let's get that out there. You should have that in your journal. Able to drop that form right there.
I do. Just put it over.
Wunderbar. We'll keep your token right there. Can you make attacks with that this turn, or is that until next?
Nope. I'm a shepherd druid. I can't do that.
Bernardo. Blade in hand.
Seeing the face of Taroom, he knows that it's not the real thing, but he's still furious. He rushes forward. He rushes forward and strikes with rebuttal.
Hit.
He is going to add a Eldritch Smite to it.
Excellent.
At 5th level, so that's 68 force damage.
Let's see it.
So that's 23 more, and he is
Nice.
prone, which gives me my next attack advantage.
Advantage. 17 points.
So that's 54 damage, and he is prone. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Your enemies act. Jastor is going to rush towards you, Aaron, and strike out at you with his greatsword. Once. 15 to hit. What's your AC?
15.
Alright, so that'll hit unless you want to use a shield.
Yeah.
Again, with a critical, which is going to hit you. And then a third time. With a 20. So that will hit as well. So that's going to give you a grand total of 51 points of damage. You are unconscious.
Wait, no. There was 15 temporary HP that got him
Good. So that was, you were at, I don't know what you were at. I just dropped you down. You were at...
She had
40
44.
Thank you.
44. So 44. So first the 15, knock the 15 off, and then didn't you say you use shield? So it's only the
No, the shield
Yeah.
just brings her up to 20. The last attack is a 20.
Okay. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
So that's
so 15 down.
10.
Just do 2. Let's do 6. And then we can do 18. And then we can do the 10. So you have 10 hit points remaining. Everything is fine.
I'll fix this. Don't worry. I got
Perfectly fine.
Jastor is up. And he is going to aim a spell of disintegration. Not Jastor. Tarum. A spell of disintegration at Bernardo. Roll for me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Holy no. Oh, wait, you got 15.
Can I counterspell that?
You certainly can try. It is a 6th level spell. You'll need to roll Arcana.
Ooh,
Or is it Arcana? Or is it whatever your spellcasting modifier it is, I think. Yeah. Charisma, then.
You tell me. I'll
Put out your counterspell. It's in the description. I'm going off
Okay.
memory here.
You're the DM. Okay, what is it?
Yeah, it's a spellcasting ability, so Charisma.
Okay. No disintegration from you today, my friend.
Boom. And that's the same as your charisma check, minus the proficiency, which would still be enough. And that will counterspell his ability. He will rise from his position of prone, though, with a snarl upon his face. Aaron, you're up.
Okie dokie, we're gonna Misty Step
Very good.
and hit this asshole with the Eldritch Blast.
24 hits for 7. Second blast will miss. He seems barely hampered. Unfortunately, I shall note, Rhiannon is up. Unless you want to take any more movement, Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, because Bernardo's standing there, I have pack tactics. So I have advantage to bite everyone. For 5.
Hits for 5. And strength save. He's great at those.
Sure he is.
He does not knock prone, unfortunately.
Oh, that's upsetting. And then I'm gonna move here so that if Butthead McGee tries to do anything, if he tries to move towards Aaron, he will have to deal with me.
Okie dokie. Bernardo, you're up.
Thoroughly irritated, he begins his practiced moves as he attempts to cut Tarun off at the knees.
Striking. Oh, pardon me.
And that will be another Eldritch Smite.
Save your smites, my friend. That damage alone will be enough to fell your foe. As you
Okay.
strike at his knees, they burst outwards in shards of paper as his body disintegrates into it in much the same way as you've seen him fall before.
And he rushes in front.
All right. Jastor is up. He's going to swing out his greatsword towards Rhiannon. 15 to hit the direwolf.
Yes, that doesn't affect
19 to hit the direwolf.
Okay, I don't think I'm a direwolf anymore. Hold on. I need to do the math. I am no longer a direwolf.
It's okay, little buddy.
And a third attack against you as well, which is a critical miss. Aaron's up.
That's a fan fumble.
Alrighty. Send more Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
Excellent. And the second one will miss by 1. No dice. Rhiannon's up. Move if you'd like, of course. Turn.
Do I want to cause so
I'm
much
good.
chaos?
You got Bernardo's great form before you. Detective.
All 4 feet tall.
Yep.
I have something funny to say about that after the game.
So, you know what? Because it's funny, I'm going to summon Faye!
All right. What kind of Fae are we summoning?
We are summoning Trixie Faye.
Trixie Fae.
The Fae can fill a 5-foot cube within 5 feet of it with magical darkness until its next turn ends. I'm gonna summon him right there so that he's in the dark.
They manifest as raccoons.
Behold my chaos minions!
So does that give me disadvantage to hit him?
I don't think so. I don't know, and I'm
Let's
sorry
see.
if I did that.
If you don't issue take dodge action, when you have Trixie, chosen mood in a stat block, so I don't see the stat block there, so
I can show you that. They have multi-attack with short swords.
No, it's the darkness.
Oh, the darkness. Yeah, that I don't. Does darkness cause
Yes. If I
disadvantage?
can't see the target,
yeah. If
and
So,
he
but-
can't
if it casts darkness,
Okay, then I can hold on casting.
Well, hold on,
darkness.
hold on. He can't see me unless he has dark vision or can see through magical darkness, and I can't see him. So doesn't advantage and disadvantage cancel each other?
that's not how it would play out. But
Ah.
Fae spirits are fun, so don't you worry about it. We've got raccoons that are going to
Okay,
impose
they still have-
disadvantage.
An action. They still have an action.
Perfect. What
They
can
have
they do?
multi-attack.
Folks?
They
All
can
right.
stab things with a short sword.
All
So they can
right.
do 2 attacks. So what is their?
So it's 2 total attacks from the swarm of raccoons.
Yes.
I love that. It's more of raccoons.
Hear my raccoon swarm. I'm just trying to find their actual attack bonus.
Thank you. The
I think it's
is it at least +6?
It looks like because it does. It says oh, sorry, man. Your spell attack modifier to hit. Okay, so yes, it is. It's +9.
Both attacks hit. What's their damage?
1d6 + 3.
15 points.
Oh, wait,
Wunderbar.
and then the spell's level in piercing. Plus the spell's level in piercing damage. So that's another 3, plus 1d6 force. Angry little
attack.
thing.
And 8. Wonderful. The swarm of raccoons triumphs. Bernardo, roll away.
He's very confused by these raccoon swarm. I don't know what's going on. Who summoned the trash pandas? But I am appreciative for the help as he begins to cut down Jastor. Hiya!
Hit. And hit. Jester is considered bloodied.
And just for good measure, he will throw a smite onto there. I smite thee, sucking up all my spell slots. 27 more points, and he is prone.
All right, knocked to the ground prone, after which he will stand up.
Gravel before me, await.
Now, to point of clarification here, we were talking about there is some amount of darkness created by the swarm of Fae.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're going to roll these 3 attacks disadvantage against Bernardo. 17, 25, 18 were the rolls to hit.
I will shield and only the 25 hits.
For
However, he will also take 25 points of cold damage.
bam.
And you had the 15 cents, so.
No, the temporary hit points don't stack.
Oh, so you didn't get the 15?
No, I had my 5 from the Armor of Agathis left, so I'd rather do that damage to him than take your 15.
But is the armor of Agathis gone?
It is now.
Now it is. Yeah.
Congratulations, you have 15. You're still in the aura of my totem.
Okay,
Totems are
so
funny.
So I take 12 points of damage.
Amazing.
Nice.
Alrighty. Aaron, you are up. Can you finish the job?
Hope so.
He is looking very weak at this point. The one attack will strike for 5. He's still standing. Brianna? And
A lot of damage
that
from fireball.
blast, he will cry out with a as he crumples into paper like the rest.
Burning paper.
Oh yes.
Bernardo looks at Io to see if she's mad.
She gives a and as the image of Jastor falls, you hear a audibly this time. And you have the significant impression that those doors which have been closed are now open.
I'm just gonna scurry up the hall. Are they open here too?
They are. As you're
yeah, we
beginning
don't
to
have to
move
go.
Bernardo, Io will put a hand on your shoulder. She will say, I want to warn you. What you're going to see in this next room is going to confuse you. Place that last stone, and we are home free. All the power to achieve the ends that you want, and to aid me in mine, if you would. I will force nothing upon you.
Bernardo doesn't know much about religion, but he's very good at deception.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at persuasion. Is there any sign that he's getting that he's being tricked?
Roll an insight check. I can give you nothing. Positive or negative.
The suspicious paranoid part of Bernardo feels like at the last moment when they're right about to finish, he's thinking, maybe this is was it Sharn?
Sharna.
Sharna. Maybe this is Sharna and it's pretending to be Io and she just wants to be let free. But he'll go ahead and do it anyways. Although he does say, it is time for second breakfast. I am a little bit parched and feeling hungry. Is that okay? We take second breakfast.
Please. You can at this time.
He was kind of asking more of Rhiannon and Aaron. Like, I know you guys are in a hurry, but
Would you like more? Would you like another bear to protect us? Because then, yes, I am down for this.
Well, your Fae lasts for an hour.
Okay, I'm just gonna have tiny little raccoons running around being chaos because I can.
All right, then he will sit down and have his second breakfast.
Take a short rest, everyone. You may or may not need it.
I always want another. Okay, I'm gonna actually use my hit dice now. Really? Really hit dice? There we go. Now I'm back to full.
Okay. Bernardo is ready to go with a full belly. He's content.
And now I can turn into 2 dire wolves in the event that something makes me less of a dire wolf again.
How you feeling, Aaron?
Guys, gonna be good?
Do you need some healing?
I can do that.
So can I.
Okay, fine.
I don't like doing it. You can do it.
I figured I could. 'Cause it's...
I don't think she wants me to stitch her up.
That's why I just poke her. Where are you at? Are you at 32, 35?
Yeah.
Okay, I walk over. Do. Poke and a level 4 cure.
Bernardo's looking ahead while they're in the other room.
Voila!
They never noticed him kind of walk out.
I'm standing right there, like I can still.
The edge of your vision, you can see what appears to be a dim source of light within this room ahead, as well as several strands, the same silky substance which you walked upon through the void to arrive here.
Step cautiously closer, thinking to himself, prepare to be confused, prepare to be confused.
And held aloft, writhing within a mass of what can only be described as a thick web, as if spun by a spider, you see the visage of Io. It gives a mouth bound by the webbing. And Io, who walks alongside you, Bernardo, says, "You see what I have meant."
No, I see something before me, but it has no meaning to me right as of yet. However, while he's facing the unbound Io, he just very quickly throws the stone down and click. He says, but we're here, so we might as well do it.
All right. As you do so, you feel the of things shifting. And a set of double doors which are ahead become open as a celestial light flows into the chamber. Io steps up alongside you, breathing. I am unbound. Thank you, Bernardo.
You don't look unbound.
She looks over her shoulder, flicks her hand, and the visage of the bound figure changes. You see the shape of one of the clerics of Sharna, writhing, eyes staring daggers at all of you. Io will say to you, Bernardo, my enemies have been thorough. This one I could not kill. Had to trap. But our influence will spread far now. Would you like to return to your home before I propose our continued actions together?
Not quite yet. I'm aiming, after seeing all of this and helping you, I'm sort of got this idea in my head that maybe demigod might be in my cards. Huh, I am a gambling man.
She
Let's
chuckles.
Let's go on.
Right. She turns towards the two of you, Aaron and Rhiannon, says, I appreciate the aid which you have shown Bernardo, my advocate and champion, today. She gestures towards this door beyond which shines light and says, you may exit. Your path with Bernardo now diverges. You will return to where you came from. And may continue to care for your land.
And remember, if you do have any carpeting needs, the House of Shag, there has no equal.
Right, I'll just call you in an extra dimensional library. I need a rug.
No, he tells them where his family business is located.
So,
Well,
are the two
you've
of
got
you
what you
going
wanted.
to leave?
I just kind of look
Go ahead.
back, and I'm
Paul, what were you
looking
gonna
at
say?
those. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, you've got what you wanted. You're free.
She nods with satisfaction. And Audrey?
I just look back at the spider web.
You can see the eyes of this trapped figure almost pleading with you.
I don't know what's happening here, and honestly, I don't think it's my place. Bernardo, keep an eye on yourself.
I'll be
You can
fine.
find us if you need us.
Oddly enough, I think we will miss you.
Aww. At that, as she says that, his face changes into Lewis's face for a moment.
Did you
I'll
not
miss
see
you
what we
too.
did?
And then
Apparently,
I
he's
just
go right
leave.
back.
doing that.
I just leave. I'm just done because I'm not going to set fire to Bernardo.
And he said, I'll miss you too, and then changes back.
Just sends a spark of fire right out his nose.
All right. Aaron and Rhiannon, you will depart, finding yourselves overtaken once again by a light. Finding yourselves returned to that soft glade from which you departed before. And now, Bernardo, you stand alongside the goddess whom has granted you great power and promises to grant you great more. She will say, "Now, on to business. It is time the veil of lies be lifted from your eyes." As Io's forehead begins to shift, sprouting, weep, weep, weep. 6 more eyes. And she shifts her neck. As from behind her, her cloak begins to billow out, wrapping around more of the space in this room. Her hair and features changing. White hair drooling down to her neck and past it as she begins to rise in height. As her body begins to form behind her. An enormous, spider-like body on which her head is formed. She says, "Allow me to properly introduce myself to you, Bernardo. I am Lothira, the spider goddess. We have much work to do."
Bernardo says, I thought they would never leave.
And we conclude our session today. I will see you all next time.